Good morning and welcome to BeeForLink TV, your daily dose of industry information. It's the start of the new month, which means I'm joined by Steve Parker, Beefor's Director General. It's also the start of the new football season though, isn't it, Steve?
It is, Nat, and I thought I'd use that as my theme for today as we think about the new football season, and depending on whether you watch this on BeeForLink TV or whether you read it in BeeForLink, your team will have probably played 2 or 3 games by the time you get to this point. And as a new season, it's full of optimism and hope, and whether your team's going to do well or not so well, all very important. Whether you're going to get a few dodgy VAR decisions, and of course, whether the referee has spent his holiday going to Specsavers, all will have an input, and all be very interesting and tell us what's to come. For me, it sort of signalled the end of the summer, which seems to have gone far too quickly. And it gave me a bit of chance to reflect about what we've been doing during the summer and what's to come as we move forward. So, of course, during the summer, from our members' point of view, we have a new government, and the new government have manifesto items which will affect us. And not the least, of course, they want to renegotiate the deal between the EU and the UK. So that may have an impact on us. During the summer, we've laid Chief to rest, and CDS has been implemented, and we're all using that now. And of course, we've also done the SPS goods, the controls into of those goods that come in predominantly via Dover and in the Kent area. So quite a lot has gone on in that space. Also, of course, we've been working with our stakeholders, so done a lot of work with some of the ports, Felixstowe and Southampton particularly, where they are growing the port, putting in new berths, and also they are changing their systems. So that has engaged us in quite a bit of time during the summer. And Heathrow Airport. Heathrow Airport's about to undergo a massive change. Talk a bit about that in a moment, but we've been working with them about how we can support that change for our members as we go through. So even though it's been the summer, we have been quite busy, maybe unusually so, but that's just the way it's been for us this summer break.
Lots going on. So what's next on the agenda?
Well, okay, as we move forward, we'll continue to work with government, of course. It's a new flavour, and we're working through with them. We'll represent our members' interests as best as we can, of course. There's a couple of things I think are important for our members to note. One is that our work with Heathrow Airport grows in the next few months. Those who don't know, I'd almost say, where have you been? But if you don't know, Heathrow Airport cargo terminal is going to be demolished and rebuilt. That's going to require quite a sophisticated IT system to help make all of this work. And of course, it's going to mean new processes for everyone. So we at BeeFor are very engaged in that, as you would expect. And actually, we are joining Heathrow Airport and CCS UK for a forum on the 24th of October. Yeah. And many of our members will get an invite to that. If you're operationally engaged in Heathrow, that would be a good place to be and a good place to come to, and would absolutely help us grow that as we move forward. Also coming in the future, of course, is our Business Leaders Forum. We talked about this before, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but nonetheless, that's growing. The number of people are registered to attend has gone up. So if you want to attend and you're not on our list, now is the time to do that. And, all these things will go on as we go through 2024. And I would just lastly say, in terms of our development, I just looked at our training numbers. Our training numbers for the rest of 2024 are really good. And that always encourages me. You as members say to me, you want our industry to be more professional. And I believe that training is one of those indicators that we're trying to do that. So training is looking good for the rest of the year. If you want to get your staff trained, then there are courses available, of course. But it's all looking good for the rest of the year.
Sure. And with the Business Leaders Forum coming up as well, we have some speakers that we're expecting, so we'll be doing some episodes on that, won't we, as well?
As we get closer to that, we will we'll bring an update so that those attending will have an idea what's going to go on that day. That's absolutely
so
fine.
In terms of what else is on our agenda for 2024, how are we going to be sharing that information with our members?
Well, of course, we're sharing through BeeForLink TV and BeeForLink. They will remain our key forums for doing that. We are having a look at the way in which we do BeeForLink TV and the channels at which we put this out. We are very aware that some of our members restrict the use of YouTube, particularly with their teams. So we're looking at other ways of doing that so that it becomes more available for for everyone to be able to access, because we want as many people to see this as we can, and we want to make it as easy to do as we can. We're also developing our regional meetings and the dates and the venues for all that are out there. That's all very, very much places that people can go and get information. And if you look at the regional meetings, we're getting great diversity of speakers and topics, which means that we can bring our members up to date, which I think is always very, very good. So that means we can enjoy what's left of the summer, get that done, get our meetings up and running and get the autumn underway. And I made a little note here to mention it's only 116 days till Christmas. So there's lots to be done in a short space of time.
How can we mention Christmas in September?
It's got to be done.
It's a bit soon. Not for me. Thank you very much, Steve.
Okay.
Another great column from you. And as Steve mentioned at the beginning, BeeferLink magazine is available on our website now. So if you go onto our website, beefer.org, you'll be able to find the latest edition, where Steve's column, as he's just mentioned, and all the items we've just mentioned here will also be featured in there. That's all for today's episode of BeeferLink TV, your daily dose of industry information.